Hello everyone and welcome to our second War for the Overworld patch overview video. My name is Noontide and I am the community manager at Subterranean Games. In this video I'll be running you through just some of the exciting changes in patch 0.6.0 which is releasing today. This patch is easily one of, if not the biggest patch we've ever released, featuring a whole slew of new systems and features that have long been requested by the community. There'll certainly be something for everyone in this patch. As we showcased in our previous War for the Overworld Wednesday, in the past few weeks we've been hard at work on the AI for Underlord players. The end result of this means that it is now possible to play in Skirmish on a few levels against the AI. The AI itself is the end result of around 3 weeks work, and we've still got plenty more to add to it. For now it doesn't build defences, use rituals or potions, and it only defends itself and never attacks. With all that said, we've still found it very challenging to play against. If you'd like to learn more about the AI, then you can check out War for the Overworld Wednesday 102 on our website, or check out our livestream where our lead designer was getting soundly thrashed by it. We feel that Skirmish mode will be a nice challenge for players looking for something to do outside of survival mode and the campaign levels that we've made available in this patch. Speaking of campaign levels, we're pleased to announce that we're adding the first 3 missions of the campaign to the beta. It's important to note that these campaign levels are very much a work in progress. The voiceover, for example, is completely placeholder, as we've yet to record the lines with Richard. In the meantime, you can hear the fantastic voice of our sound wizard Dante filling in for him.
This is your dungeon core. Protect it and you live.
We hope you'll enjoy playing the campaign levels, and we'd love to hear your feedback on them. As previously revealed a few weeks ago in War for the Overworld Wednesday 99, we're splitting up defences into 2 different categories, defences and constructs. With constructs, we wanted to reduce the necessity of the foundry, which had far too much presence with defences in every tree. Constructs do not require defence parts to be built, as they are summoned by your workers. They can be placed on unclaimed land, as well as your own territory. This should help aggressive wrath-focused plays, with aspects such as the Underminer. We've moved 5 defences over to being constructs. These are the Underminer, Ember Rift, Warding Totem, Gold Vortex, and Outpost. In addition, we've also added the Replacement Earth, a weaker version of a replacement wall, which is available to all players from the start. We expect that constructs, along with the other Veins changes coming in this patch, should help to balance out the Veins and introduce new strategies for players to try without having to dip their hands into sloth. As a little side note, you're now also able to build defences upon stone bridges, giving you a way to defend your waterways, and helping to define the stone bridge as a significant upgrade over its wooden counterpart. With this patch, we've added a handful of new behaviours to our units both in and out of combat. In combat, all units are now assigned to one of 5 groups, each of which has its own objective it's trying to achieve. For example, Gnarlings, which are melee fighters, intent on simply getting stuck in and dealing damage, will behave differently from Skargs, melee blitzers, who will attempt to try and target the squishier units. Ranged units will also try and back away from anything that gets too close, and will only use their melee attacks in dire circumstances. There's a whole bunch of nuances to this system, far too much to go through in this video, so if you'd like to know more, check out the full patch notes.
Let's hope your vault is brimming, Underlord. It is Payday.
Units having a payday is something a few of you have been requesting for a while, though we have no idea why you'd want to part with your precious gold. Those of you who are awfully charitable will be happy to know that the first iteration of the system is now in. Every 10 minutes from the start of the game, a payday will occur for all players, at which point all of your intelligent units will head to the nearest gold pile to claim their rewards for their service. Beasts and summon units do not require pay, and will happily subsist on the very basic requirements. This will add an extra nuance to the pay system, and mean players have to pay very close attention to their gold reserves. You can keep track of an upcoming payday with the payday bar around the gold icon in the UI. When the bar is filled, a payday begins. This covers quite a few of the larger points of this update, though there are plenty more in the patch notes. As always, we've added a few more aspects to the Veins, and modified a few older ones in the name of balance. It would take quite a while to cover every minute change in this area, so here are just a couple of my favourites. The Gargoyle has had its damage reduced significantly, however it now slows all units standing in its beam, and causes them to take additional damage from other sources, positioning the Gargoyle as a helpful support to other defences such as Bombards, rather than the overpowered monstrosity it was before. The active ability of the Bone Chiller defense now causes a large chunk of frost damage in addition to freezing enemies in place. This makes them an especially effective counter to Ember Demons for soft players, and will help in keeping your dungeon safe in the survival mode. The Uprising ritual has been completely overhauled. It now summons 2 wraiths for every soul in your crypt when cast, allowing you to quickly raise an army of the dead even without necromancers. Although not as sustainable as ghouls, the sheer number advantage presented by these wraiths makes Uprising a very interesting ritual to use against an unsuspecting foe. Thank you very much for watching. If you've already purchased the game on Steam, this patch should already be knocking on your door right now. If you've yet to purchase the game, don't forget that the game is currently 10% off as part of the Steam Winter Sale. You can see a link to the store page in the description. Don't forget to check out the full patch notes, also linked in the description. And if you'd like to keep up to date on the development of War for the Overworld, be sure to drop by WFTOgame.com, like us on Facebook, or follow on Twitter. If you have any comments on this video, or on the patch, feel free to drop us a line, and I'll try to answer you as soon as possible. Merry Christmas, Underlords.